Good morning, everybody. This is the pre-market for Thursday, February 27th. We are seeing bounces across the boards on between stocks and crypto. So just remember that these are bounces and nothing changes until we can confirm 4-hour trend changes. 4-hour trend changes are the thing to be looking for at this time. So if you whatever you're in changes as its 4-hour trend back bullish, the quicker it does it, the better. The more strength it is showing. So what I'm looking at on on ES, the SPY futures, we are looking at an equilibrium now. Because of the size of this pullback, the most likely scenario would be a 4-hour lower high than this high. So we're coming up to that in the morning. So we might see a stall first thing in the morning. That's what I'm expecting here. That is the most likely scenario to see a lower high. Not that we can't break out, but it's just with the size of this pullback, I would expect us to just chop around in this zone. All right, NASDAQ, same thing, just a little bit weaker. Actually, no, because SPY actually broke that weekly support. Yeah, so NASDAQ still holding its weekly support, still in a weekly uptrend, nothing changed yet, but we need to hold this 4-hour low. And that is the same for everything. Everything needs to hold its 4-hour low, because if we lose this, if we just chop around and then lose this, we are risking, well, heading down to this low, or we could end up going down to this trend line. But it could get pretty extended to the downside if we can't hold this. The Dow overall is holding up better on the weekly as far as where it's set up. We're still above we're at the 0.5 still. We did flush a little bit below the 0.5, but relative to SPY, who did break its weekly support here, we are looking better on the Dow. The Russell confirmed its weekly downtrend at this time. Like I said, we had this head and shoulders. We broke bear, and we don't want to see follow through on the Russell. And so far that is holding up, so that is good. And we need to get above the 0.382 on this bounce. And we're just looking for a daily lower high than up here, but at least we've negated, or we've faked out the bears on this head and shoulders pattern. That is the bad one. So actually, I'll go through crypto first. So Bitcoin dominance, seeing a bit of a bounce, double bottom here. Bitcoin itself is bouncing. So we flushed that 200 moving average, and exactly what I'm talking about. Now we have, I don't think that candle's actually legit. One second, I'm just going to check. No, okay. So here is the 4-hour lower high. Maybe I'll switch that because or switch charts out. So we've got the 4-hour 12 EMA coming up right now. So that's going to be an issue, or it could be an issue, sorry. And we've made enough room now that we should see a higher low on the way back down, and we would be setting up an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Ideally, we get more of a 4-hour bounce here, and we don't top out. But and volume is dropping off. So like I've been saying, nothing changes until, and now bear volume's starting to come in. So nothing changes until we can change this 4-hour trend. And these 4-hour trends can get pretty nasty pretty quick. So I'm still being conservative with my trading. I'm not entirely certain that the bottom is in yet, so that's why I'm waiting for different levels. As far as longer term stuff, I'm looking at a break of 80,000 or a potential back test of 73,000, 70 to 73,000. I think if we lose 70,000, then we're starting to look not as healthy as far as actually we'll see. We want generally the 0.5 of this move. Yeah, so if we lose 70,000 the golden pocket here, we are not in healthy consolidation anymore, and we would just be expecting chop for a long period of time to follow. And all right, so that's what I'm looking at. I mean, we could end up backtesting this upper trend line. Who knows? There's things need to happen though. We need to see a 4-hour trend change before anything we can hang our hats off anything for the bulls. It's up to the bulls now. Ethereum, same thing, but much weaker bounce. We're just bear flagging on the 4-hour, so that's a caution. XRP in this 4-hour equilibrium. So watching the break of that, this is not a very good bounce so far. We're just being guided down by the 12 moving average here. We're coming up to it right now. Litecoin, strong. Litecoin's a strong name. I'll keep pounding the table on this one. We are heading. Looks more and more likely that we've set this weekly higher low with a 4-hour oversold, which is great. That's telling me we're in a strong uptrend. So I should be on Litecoin. Don't be playing the worst names with more overhead issues, lots of resistance, and yeah, looking for a break of this level now. But it's looking more and more likely with Litecoin. It is shaking off all this weakness. Hype, as I said, we changed the weekly trend. We got 0 follow through, so that is a good sign for the bulls. Caution to the bears, and we want to see more continuation on this daily bounce and negate this big daily bear flag. But we're just going to be looking for a lower high than 25.87 right here. BNB, daily bear flag, need more follow through. A stronger name overall because we've held the golden pocket on this flush move down, but we're still we would still be expecting a lower high on this bounce, and we're still weak as far as this daily bear flag goes. Solana is just trash. It's been trash for a while. Nothing's been confirmed yet. We've just got a little equilibrium playing out. Watch out for the break of this, but it looks like we might be trying to set up an inverse head and shoulders on Solana. That could be a bullish pattern to be watching for. It was a decent bounce on the 4-hour, so we have a chance on the way down, but this 12 moving average is guiding us down, very steep. All right, ONDO, a bit better bounce on the 4-hour so far. We almost broke that previous high. We've got this 4-hour 12 EMA guiding us down still, so caution on that. And we're looking for a higher low on the right shoulder right now. But as far as shaping up a 4-hour trend change, I would say ONDO is well on its way. It's pretty close, but it's weak. It's weak overall. Like it's below its panic low here. So that's what you don't. Relative to everything else, it is still much weaker. If it's below its panic low, then weak. Link, exact same thing. Sui, exact same. Well, a little bit better because it's above its low, but we're just bear flagging right now, right below the 200 moving average and the 12 daily moving average. So got a lot of resistance to look up to. MOCHI. Small bear flag at the moment, trying to change its 4-hour trend, but kind of a weak second bounce here. The 4 hours kind of guiding us a bit. Alpha, seeing some potential here. Now we're getting our daily bounce underway. We've held this fear bottom, and now we're heading back up here. Heading back up, just looking for a daily lower high than 5264.05264, and but we've made enough room for a daily higher low at this point. Kaspa, still searching for a daily bounce, not ideal. We've had a daily double top on this one. Yeah, not much of a daily bounce whatsoever. So we are still trying to find this higher low at this point. Nothing's confirmed, and caution that the 12 moving average guides us down. AVAX seeing a daily bounce now, but it broke below its fear low. A bit of a bounce right now on the 4 hour to say, oh, we've changed our 4 hour trend. So that's a sign things are changing around. It's just more beat up than other names. Ton just fading everything. Yeah, ton's pretty weak. Just watch out for this 12 moving average on the daily. That is guiding us down. And Trump, still a weak daily bear flag. All right, back to regular names. Tesla. We still have elevated bear volume, so caution on Tesla. We are seeing a 4 hour bounce. We're possibly trying to shape up inverse head and shoulders. We'll see what happens when it comes to the 12 moving average on the way up, if it does make it that high. Otherwise, Tesla is still very weak. I do have alerts set for 275 and 255 if things get extra extreme. That's for the gap fill levels. I would play off those. Palantir seeing a little bit more of a bounce. This is just a daily bear flag. We're just letting the indicators cool, or the EMAs cool off. But looks like we're getting our 4 hour trend change right now. Just not a lot of follow through so far. Got the 4 hour now to deal with. Apple in this big equilibrium, still looking for its daily higher low, but we have lots of room before 227.01 to make that set that higher low. I'm actually I would be interested in Apple. See hourly. Yeah, if you give me 4 hour oversold, I would play Apple. IBM looking for its daily higher low still. Kind of watching a possible rising wedge shape up. We're opening up in the middle of the range, so most likely inside bar. If that's the case when we open. Google, yeah, opening up in yesterday's range. We might see a lot of inside bars today too. By the way, there's a lot of names are opening up in the middle of yesterday's range, or we need to break yesterday's range essentially on everything to start seeing more significant follow through on their bounces. Amazon opening up, trying to gap up actually. So I'm still in Amazon. And Palantir, and what was the last one? Oh, I have a little bit of Bitcoin. And what was the last one? Sold my Tesla. I'm waiting for a better entry on Tesla. I can't remember what the last one was. Anyways, Amazon was kind of one of the bounce leaders. We saw some good follow through, and now we're breaking 2 days levels, and we're heading back up to the 12 moving average and the 50 moving average, which I would expect at the very minimum the 50 to be significant resistance on the way back up. But we have a lot of room for a daily lower high. The last daily lower high was 239. So we have a huge amount of room for the bears to start taking over again. Nvidia, so we had kind of a muted earnings reaction yesterday, but now we're seeing some follow through, or actually we're still an inside bar. We're seeing a little bit more upside, but nothing changes until we're just in this equilibrium here, weekly equilibrium, and we're just looking for a daily lower high. Then 140, 146 is the most likely scenario, but earnings, we could see some follow through. We'll see what the real reaction is when the bell opens. But yeah, I'm still expecting this to tighten up. BABA still showing some strength. Opening up in yesterday's range, but still strong. I would still expect a potential daily equilibrium because we still have these moving averages to catch up. And I would expect a lower high than this high. But this bounce is still not officially topped out, so we could still see more upside. AMD, so far trying to break its inside bar bull. Just a weaker name overall. I'm not interested in AMD yet. I would play another daily oversold. And if we can get below 100, I would love to play a bounce play. Between 100 and 93, I would play that zone for just strictly a bounce purpose. Visa trying to solidify its daily higher low. So Visa's looking really strong. RGTI opening up in the middle, or opening up in yesterday's range. We just had a inside bar yesterday, so we need to change this 4-hour trend. So we made enough of a bounce. Now let's set up that right shoulder and turn this around. I would be interested possibly in RGTI because I still want to see this upper gap fill, and maybe that is what triggers us a 4-hour inverse head and shoulders to start heading back up. It's been fake out after fake out, so I don't have high faith, but I would just position myself to get a free entry and look upwards. Microsoft, we're getting pretty tight hourly equilibrium. Looks like a little bit of a bullish lean right now, but we need to break the high of yesterday today. That, or if we see another inside bar, that's very possible as well, but we need to start bouncing on the daily. And that's all I'm going to go over for in the morning. I will do a post-market, and if anyone has any tickers they want me to go over especially, I will do that for you, so just post it in the comments. All right, bye.